Hi, I'm Natalie Rydstrom and welcome to World Sports Weekly. The next week sees two major events in the world of cricket. First of all, the most lavish and expensive tournament of them all comes to a climax with the final of the Indian Premier League, and then the summer of international cricket continues with the end of the one-day series between England and Sri Lanka. Here now to run through the betting odds possibilities is SBR writer and video contributor Richard O'Hagan. Richard, thanks for joining us.
Hi Natalie, it's good to be back with you.
Now let's start with the IPL. KKR are the favourites to win the tournament, priced at 2.1 with William Hill, followed by the Chennai Super Kings at 3.4 with Stan James, and closely behind are the underdogs Kings 11 Punjab at 4 with Boyle Sports. Now, popular belief that this is the Knight Riders to lose. Would you agree with that? And are they your favourite to win?
I wouldn't necessarily make them my favourite to win, Natalie. I think they had a very good result over Kings 11 Punjab in what they call the first qualifier. That basically determined which of the top two teams from the end of season table went straight into the grand final. So that was a good result for them. But Kings 11 are a bit of a fading side. Chennai, on the other hand, seem to be coming back into some really good form. They chased down a big target in their knockout game against Mumbai, and they also won their final game of the league table, so that they actually qualified for this stage of the competition in a decent spot. So I think Chennai are probably actually the coming team far more than Kolkata are, but I fully expect it to be a Kolkata-Chennai final, which will be absolutely fantastic.
Okay, well, the Kings the Kings 11, they do meet with Chennai this Friday. If whoever wins out of this, will that determine maybe who we're going to see the winner of this tournament is?
If Chennai win, then I think they will definitely go on to win the tournament. I think if Kings 11 win, they'll set up a rematch of the game that we've just had against Kolkata. I don't expect them to play quite as badly as they did in that game. But their big problem is they scored an awful lot of points in the early part of the tournament where it was being played in Dubai. That really suited two of their batsmen, Glenn Maxwell and David Miller, who have not had anything like the same run of form since the tournament moved back to India. So I think they've been trading a little bit on past glories in this competition, and I can't see them going all the way.
Okay, who's your bet this Friday?
My bet this Friday would be for Chennai to win. I think you'll still probably get them at around about twos at the moment because they've had this little dip in form recently they're just coming out of, but I think they're a much safer bet than betting on Punjab.
Okay, now what would you say the best way is to play this tournament right now?
The best way to play this tournament is to pick your winner and bet now, because obviously one team is going to drop out of contention very shortly. That's going to suppress the odds, so you want to get your money on now, and certainly Chennai look fantastic value to me in that overall market.
Okay, so you're going for Chennai here to win, I suppose?
I'm going for them to win. I think they deserve it. They've been very bold in this tournament so far, and they've got Mahendra Singh Dhoni as their captain, and he's a guy who loves big matches. He's won tournaments for India in the final before. He won a tournament for Chennai in the final last year. He could be the man this time around as well.
Okay, so Richard's tip here is Chennai to win, and it's to bet now. Moving over to England versus Sri Lanka series, what will the outcome be?
Well, Natalie, I have to say that before today, I was thinking, well, this is going to be a game that's going to be really badly affected by the weather. And England have found a way around that by bowling Sri Lanka out for 67 and winning the game quite comfortably. So now I can't see England not winning this series. I think they're not going to be terribly great odds because they had such a thumping victory in recent past. But I think, yes, definitely England to win this, probably by a 3-2 margin.
Okay, England are the favourites. They're priced at 1.29. Is there value in that bet, and would you take that bet now?
Well, there's a little bit of value in it. I would not actually be looking to take that bet now. I would wait until the weekend and see where England are standing then, because obviously if they've gone 3-1 up, okay, you've lost your chance to have a bet. However, if the series is tied at 2-2, or if there's been a washout and it's still a 2-1 lead, I think there'll be much better value than that. That's a price that's really shot down over the past few hours because they managed to win a game that was supposed to last 100 overs in inside 40. Okay. So it's really, really been badly affected, that price.
So you can see the odds then hopefully sort of gaining a little bit more value here.
The odds will lengthen as time goes on. That's an artificially low price on England at the moment.
Okay. And now, are there any good bets to make within that series, perhaps on the players' market?
I think that one market you can look to is the top batsman market, because that's going to be very, very keenly contested. Partly because Sri Lanka have got so many big name players in one-day cricket. They've got Tilakaratne Dilshan, they've got Kumar Sangakkara, they've got Mahela Jayawardene, people who are known for making big runs in one-day competitions. None of whom have really come off in this tournament so far. So there's a lot of opportunity there to make money on them. All should be available at around about 4.5, which gives you a decent chance to cash in. And on the England side, Ian Bell's far and away the favourite. He has scored a good quality of runs and he gets a lot of opportunities as an opener. But look for the young lad batting at number 3, Gary Ballance. He's been a coming star for some time now. He's got his chance now that Kevin Peterson's out of the picture. And I think he's going to score a lot of runs for England in this tournament. So I would be inclined to back him.
Okay, now as it stands right now, what's the top tip you have for our viewers?
The top tip I would have is to back Gary Ballance to be top England batsman. He's available at around about 5s at the moment, and I think he is actually going to get a couple of big scores under his belt in the next 2 games.
Okay, wonderful. You've heard it here. Richard O'Hagan, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, Natalie.